Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended G20 summit in Bali, Indonesia. He held a series of bilateral meetings with important leaders about urgent global issues. The G20 summit is also the summit of the leaders of the major global economies. US President Joe Biden and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak were also present at the two-day summit, along with the leaders of the European Union and 20 other nations. Recover together, recover stronger is the theme of the Bali summit. The summit witnessed extensive discussions on pressing global challenges. Upon his arrival at the Bali airport, Prime Minister Modi was given a traditional and colourful welcome. Prime Minister expressed his satisfaction for the chance to speak with world leaders about important issues during his visit. Ahead of his departure from Delhi to Bali in summit, Mr. Modi said he will have extensive discussions with other G20 leaders on key issues of global concern, such as reviving global growth, food and energy security, environment, health and digital transformation. Prime Minister Modi also reviewed the development of India's bilateral relations during meetings with leaders of a number of other G20 summit participants. On the 1st of December 2022, India will hold the group's presidency for a year. Mr. Modi invited all G20 participants and other guests to the next summit to be hosted by India in 2023. The Prime Minister took part in the summit sessions on health and food and energy security. Speaking on the occasion, he heartily congratulated President Joko Widodo of Indonesia for giving effective leadership to the G20 in a challenging global environment. Climate change, the COVID pandemic, the developments in Ukraine, and the global problems associated with it. All these together have caused havoc in the world. Global supply chains are in ruins. There is a crisis of essential goods all over the world. The challenge for the poor citizens of every country is more severe. Everyday life is already a struggle for them. They do not have the financial capacity. Due to the double whammy, they lack the financial capacity to handle it. We should also not hesitate to acknowledge that multilateral institutions, such as the UN, have been unsuccessful on these issues, and we have all failed to make suitable reforms in them. Therefore, currently the world has greater expectations from the G20. The relevance of a group has become more significant. Prime Minister Modi mentioned that he has repeatedly said that he would find a way to return to the path of ceasefire and diplomacy in Ukraine. Over the past century, the Second World War wreaked havoc in the world. After that, the leaders of that time made a serious effort to take the path of peace. Now it's our turn. The onus of creating a new world order for the post-COVID period lies on our shoulders. The need of the hour is to show concrete and collective resolve to ensure peace, harmony and security in the world. I'm confident that next year when the G20 meets in the holy land of Buddha and Gandhi, we will all agree to convey a strong message of peace to the world. Prime Minister observed that during the pandemic, India ensured food security of its 1.3 billion citizens. At the same time, food grains were also supplied to many countries in need. The current shortage of fertilizers in terms of food security is also a huge crisis. Today's fertilizer shortage is tomorrow's food crisis, for which the world will not have a solution. We should build mutual agreement to maintain the supply chain of both manure and food grains stable and assured. In India, for sustainable food security, we are promoting natural farming and repopularizing nutritious and traditional food grains like millets. Millets can also solve global malnutrition and hunger. We all must celebrate the International Day of Millets with great enthusiasm next year. Mr. Modi said India's energy security is also important for global growth as it is the world's fastest growing economy. We must not promote any restrictions on the supply of energy, and stability in the energy market should be ensured. India is committed to clean energy and environment. By 2030, half of electricity will be generated from renewable sources. Prime Minister also remarked that time-bound and affordable finance and sustainable supply of technology to developing countries is essential for inclusive energy transition. During India's G20 presidency, we will work for global consensus on all these issues.